Alright, so hi, my name is Alejandro Sigala, and as you guys can see, I'm talking to you guys about violent video games affect the youth. And the purpose of this speech is to inform like the negative impacts that violent video games have on the youth. And how many of you guys know someone who plays a lot of like violent video games? Yeah, pretty much everybody in the classroom. So I'm pretty sure like most of like the information here, you guys can take it back home and like try to do something with it. The reason why violent video games have an effect is because number one is the kid becomes more aggressive because of it. Number two is their behavior changes drastically. And number three is the children at a young age is unable to separate reality from pretend because their mind they know what pretend is, but they don't know when it's happening. All right. So, like I said, that children can separate real from realities because in a passage by Dave Grossman, he states, even though young children have some understanding of what it means to pretend, they are developing unable to distinguish clearly between fantasy and reality. So, even though when adults tell the kid, oh, don't do that, it's fake. Like, even though like they know what fake is, but they don't know what part of it is fake. They don't know if the shooting's fake, if the person's dying for real is fake. Like, they don't know. The second quote's from a journal. It's called "The Effect of Violent Video Games: Habit on Adolescent Hostility, Aggressive Behavior, and School Performance." It says, because children younger than 8 cannot discriminate between fantasy and reality, they are completely vulnerable to learning and adopting as reality the processes, attitudes, and behaviors portrayed by entertainment media. So what they pretty much says is children at a young age, they like to mimic, they like to copy things they see. So when they don't know when something's fake, they're gonna copy it, not knowing that it was wrong. Also, what kids don't know at a young age is they don't know that life doesn't have a reset button. Like in their video games, like they die, they come back. So like in a young age, they don't know that once you die, it's it. There's no reset, and you can't come back. And second, they get a very aggressive behavior because of the violent video games. The first quote is from Harrison Williams from an article called Pediatrics. The author states, for example, high school students who report spending more time playing video games or who report spending more money on video games had poor grades in English classes. Video games don't just affect the kids; they also affect teenagers. Video games are very time consuming, so when the kids play too much, they forget about the real world. So they forget about doing like their homework, their chores. They prefer to play the games than doing the things they have to do. The second quote is from it's from the same person. It says several different psychological and physiological processes underlie media violence effects on aggressive attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, and emotions, and these processes are well understood. What it says is that it's proven that video games it affects the attitudes. It makes them more aggressive because all the violence that they're watching, so it makes them more aggressive. Their emotions change. They either get more depressed because they're not playing it, or they get mad because they're not playing it. They're not allowed to play them, so they get mad and they act to it. The last reason is affects the youth's mentality. Both these quotes are from an article from a magazine called Mentality Magazine. So it's called the Escapist magazine. The first quote says, "A new study claims to provide the first experimental evidence that violent video games have a cumulative long-term impact on those who play them." So it hasn't been proven that it affects them like right away, but it's been proven that on the long run, the kids gonna get affected either by depression, become more aggressive, like other things. Second quote, this is actually one of my favorite quotes from the magazine. It says, "Playing video games could be compared to smoking cigarettes. a single cigarette won't cause lung cancer, but smoking over weeks or months or years greatly increases the risk. The same way, repeated exposure to violent video games may have a cumulative effect on aggression. So just like cigarettes, they don't. I mean, I don't know if they kill you like right away, but video games. I mean, they're not gonna hit you right away. So it takes time for the brain to get like damaged with the video games. Like, it takes time for them to get aggressive from it. It takes time for them to act or like pretend the video game and change it. These are some of the popular video games that kids. I'm pretty sure most of the people that you guys understand, these are probably the games they play. That first Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I think it sold like over 1 million on the first day of its release. That's like the night, so it was like overnight, sold 1 million copies. This one was actually banned. They stopped selling it because of all the reports that they were having against it. It was rated R, but at the end it turned into rated A, which is rated for adult, which is like really rare for video games to be rated A. And, conclusion, I hope you guys learned why violent video games affects the youth or even teenagers. And yeah, that's pretty much it.